First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Midday starts now.
Good morning. Thanks for choosing Fox 10 Midday. It's Wednesday, May 20th. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell.
I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso on this warm and muggy day.
You can say that again.
Yes, this is you here from Battleship Memorial Park.
Right.
You can see some clouds off in the distance. Really not expecting rain here today. But because of the mugginess, we could see a couple showers away from the coast.
I've been using that hairspray. It's that time of year again.
Yes,
you
frizz
can probably
time.
tell
yes.
today.
So it's going to be humid. It's going to be hot. Summertime pattern. Let's just get right to it and talk about it here. These are current conditions across the region right now. You see some showers over Louisiana and Mississippi. Those are not going to impact us today. There is going to be a lot more action here in this zone that I'm highlighting from New Orleans all the way up to places like Hattiesburg. And this is where the atmosphere is more primed, more unstable, so you'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms developing. For us, if you look off to the east, look at Panama City, 83 degrees right now. There is a ridge of high pressure in position over Florida, and that is leading to a more drier, quiet picture with less showers and thunderstorms, even though there could still be a shower or thunderstorm that pops up across northwest Florida today. Here's the flash flood potential for today. I just wanted to show this for places around Lake Pontchartrain in New Orleans. You do have a slight flash flooding risk that barely clips our area today. That's where a lot of the active weather will be, though. For us, it is quiet. And here's your live radar right now. There's nothing to look at. We'll keep an eye and see if we could see a couple showers or maybe rumbles of thunder inland today. This is 5 p.m. and you can see the showers. Escambia, Conecuh, Monroe, Clark and Washington counties here, all included in these areas of showers and thunderstorms. It does not mean it's going to rain the entire time this evening, but there'll be a few showers around. And look at how active it is on the I-59 corridor. That's where some of the more active weather will be with the showers and thunderstorms. Looking ahead into the overnight period, a lot of those showers and thunderstorms fade, and we are just left with a quiet picture overnight tonight. So again, let me be clear, most of us stay dry today. Only the rain chance around 30%. Then as we look across into the weekend here, into our holiday weekend, we bumped the rain chances up to around 50 to 60%. So that is going to be a really healthy rain chance even into next week around Memorial Day. And looking at our forecast rainfall from the European forecast model, you can see where the more active zone is. This is Interstate 59, and that's where we have totals around 3 to 4 inches. If you go off to the east, it's a little lower. So we're going to be breaking down these rain chances as we head into this holiday weekend. A busy time on the Gulf Coast. The details coming up.
From sheriff races to the governor's mansion, Alabama made its voice heard at the ballot box. We are breaking down the results for you, starting right here at home. Now, it was a close race, but Baldwin County voters are sending Sheriff Anthony Lowry back for 4 more years. Lowry held off County Commissioner Matt McKenzie, winning by less than 1,000 votes. Supporters packed the Tin Top restaurant in Bon Secours to celebrate the big win. Those results are still unofficial, though, and will need to be certified by probate court once provisional and absentee ballots are counted.
I'm proud to continue to be your sheriff. I'm proud to continue to protect Baldwin County. I understand tonight that Paul Birch is also won, and Heath Jackson. The 3 of us will continue to keep coastal Alabama the safest place in the United States.
Sheriff Lowry says a top priority in his new term will be making sure deputies are paid what they deserve. And Sheriff Paul Birch is the Republican nominee for Mobile County Sheriff after a landslide win Tuesday night. Unofficial results show Birch leading challenger Paul Prine by roughly 14,000 votes. Dozens of supporters gathered at Fort Whiting to celebrate. Birch says he ran a positive campaign, crediting his team and their record of service for the decisive victory.
The Sheriff's Office is a huge team that does a great job, but also believes staying positive through the entire campaign. So I think the community has spoken, and that tells me that they're happy with the Sheriff's Office, and I will continue to try to make them happier.
Birch will now face Democratic candidate Pamela Lafitte in the general election in November. Lafitte is a corrections sergeant. She ran unopposed and automatically goes to the general election. We spoke with her about the changes she would like to make should she win in November.
But I'm a visionary, and I actually spoke about the the video dashboard cameras. Not only that, but also to make sure that body cameras are on deputies as well as the corrections officers to actually help with transparency within the department.
Lafitte touting her experience in the military and her more than 26 years with the sheriff's office. And the race for Alabama governor is set, and it's a rematch. Republican Tommy Tuberville and Democrat Doug Jones, who faced off for a U.S. Senate seat in 2020, will now square off for the governor's mansion in November. Tuberville, the current U.S. Senator, won the GOP nomination Tuesday with 85% of the vote. Jones, the former U.S. Senator, took the Democratic nomination with 79%. And the race to fill Tommy Tuberville's U.S. Senate seat appears headed for a runoff on both sides. Unofficial results show no candidate in either party close to winning outright. On the Republican side, the Associated Press projects U.S. Representative Barry Moore is headed to a June 16th runoff, pulling in 39% of the vote. His challenger is not yet clear, with Attorney General Steve Marshall and political newcomer Jared Hudson locked in a tight battle for second place. And on the Democratic side, Everett West leads with roughly 40%, but also falls short of winning outright. All results, we want to point out, do remain unofficial. And one more thing to know about last night's election results. If you voted in a congressional race, those results will not count. The primary results for 4 congressional districts, including the 1st and 2nd districts here in South Alabama, have been voided. A recent U.S. Supreme Court ruling triggered a wave of redistricting across the South, leading Alabama to redraw its congressional map. Governor Kay Ivey set a special election for August 11th, when voters will choose their congressional representatives under the new district lines. Qualifying for that special election opens today and closes Friday, so expect to hear more candidate announcements in the coming days. We will keep you updated. In Tehran, a Revolutionary Guard member shows civilians how to use an assault rifle as more Iranians feel the need to be prepared if negotiations with the U.S. break down. For now, President Trump is holding off on resuming military strikes while negotiators continue to work on a deal to end the war. But any deal must end Iran's nuclear ambitions, or else, the president says, a big hit is coming, possibly as soon as this weekend.
Whatever he ultimately decides, I think it's important for the American people to know 2 things. Number 1, it will be for their security and their prosperity. Number 2, this is not going to be the sort of thing that lasts forever.
The Senate moved closer to passing a war powers resolution yesterday after 4 Republicans joined Democrats in voting for the measure. It's not expected to make it through another vote, but it's a sign more lawmakers are ready to wrap this up. Meanwhile, U.S. Marines tested firing dozens of rockets from a mobile launcher at Camp Fuji in close coordination with Japanese military forces. The launcher is mounted on the back of a military truck, which can move quickly from one location to the next in order to avoid counterfire.
They fired 12 rockets, and then after they're done firing, that was 2 HIMARS firing a total of 12 rockets. After each launcher is done firing 6, they will then go to their next high point to maintain that little amount of detectability.
It's the second time the launcher has been tested at this location. And after a grueling overnight debate, the European Union has finally come to an agreement on a new trade deal with the U.S. ahead of President Trump's July 4th deadline. It came almost a year after the deal was first proposed and should provide tariff relief for both sides. European lawmakers overcame fierce opposition by including a safeguard that allows the EU to increase tariffs if American imports start harming European industries.
We got what we need because at the moment it's totally unsecure and not predictable how the United States are acting in the field of tariffs.
But it's a different story in China. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said Tuesday the U.S. is in no hurry to extend a trade truce with Beijing, and tariff rates could go up by midsummer. Democrats immediately criticized the move, saying it will only make the affordability crisis worse. Farmers are also pleading with the White House to bring down tariffs on imported Chinese agricultural products. But the administration says Beijing is to blame, claiming the Chinese are stalling for time while the U.S. simply wants to negotiate in good faith. Well, Texas police arrested a man who drove his Tesla Cybertruck into Grapevine Lake. Officers were called to a boat ramp Monday night, and they saw this vehicle in the water. Police say the driver admitted to purposely driving into the lake in order to try out the truck's wade mode feature. It didn't seem to work too well, though, since the truck became disabled and water started coming in. Everyone inside the Tesla did make it out safely, and the local fire department got the truck out of the water. The unidentified driver was arrested and is facing various charges. He remains behind bars this morning. It's 11:10 now. Straight ahead, Chris Burns from Burns Estate Planning is here to discuss how to budget for a summer vacation. We'll have that live interview for you right after this. Nick, it is feeling like summer out there today.
Definitely so. Take a look at this. This is your forecast for this afternoon. You're taking a look. Maybe. Hold on. I'll get to it in a second. Live radar right now looks absolutely clear, but as we head into this afternoon, we will see some showers and thunderstorms that develop off to our west, and there could be quite a few thunderstorms over there. We're going to be tracking that in more detail coming up in just a bit.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Midday. Summer vacation season is officially here, but so are higher travel costs. Airfare prices are up, gas prices are only climbing, and many families are feeling the squeeze when trying to plan trips this year. Joining us this morning is financial planner Chris Burns of Burns Estate Planning. Chris, as always, thanks for stopping by today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Always a very timely conversation here. Prices are up everywhere.
Yep.
There's a lot going on in the Middle East. How should folks prepare for a vacation this year?
Well, when it comes to summer travel, we've seen airfares increase, fuels increase. Really, that's the thing that's driving everything. Is fuel costs are increasing, so that's being passed along to the consumers, aka you and I.
Yeah, we were talking about this during commercial break. You said that planning for a trip and budgeting is so important. What are the basics of that?
So everybody wants to take that very expensive trip, but it starts with a plan itself. Give yourself a number. Hey, I want to spend $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever that number is, and then work your way back from there. Have a plan, because if you don't have a plan and you put things on credit cards, next thing you know, I wanted to spend $2,000, now I've spent $4,200, and you're going to regret it.
Yeah, what would you say are some of the biggest mistakes that you're seeing people make when they're planning for summer vacations?
This is the time of year when it comes for you to use those points, right? If you've got memberships to certain, like Costco and Sam's Club, they offer items. Your cards themselves, when it comes to air travel or fuel perks, right? Really start to cash those things in for this summer vacation, because most people travel a couple times a year when it comes to vacations. This is normally the largest one in the summer. The children are out. This is where you've been using all of those cashbacks and points that you've accumulated over the year. It's time to start putting some of those to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And just booked a trip using that system as well. So very important there. What would you say to people who are retired or living on a fixed income? Would that message be the same?
So when it comes to clients like my clients, when I sit down with them and we're building out the budget for the year itself, is we ask, hey, is there any travel that you're wanting to take? It should be part of the budget. It shouldn't be a secondary thing, right? So if you want to spend $5,000 a year on travel, or whatever that number is, let's work with yourself. If you're doing it yourself, or work with a financial planner to say, let me put this into my budget for 2026. Does it make sense? Does it work? And then you can either increase it or decrease it, but it gives you a great starting point instead of going out there and then maybe doing something you're going to have to pay off of credit for the next 4, 5, 6 months, and kind of messes up the rest of the year for you.
Sure, that makes sense. It seems like this all really ties back into overall financial planning just in every season of life, right?
I think every time I've ever been on this show, I've used the sentence, have a plan. right? And it is so important, especially if you are on a fixed budget or you're retired or you're even getting closer to retirement, right? You wouldn't want to do something that can derail what you're getting so close for your reward, which is the retirement itself. So when it comes to vacation, people want to just kind of forget the plan and just, hey, I'm on vacation, I don't want to worry about it. Do the little bit of legwork up front so that you can really then do what you just said. Sit back, have that drink, let the kids, play at the park or whatever it is, and then just kind of relax and enjoy yourself, because you know that when you get home, you're not going to have that sticker shock.
Yeah, and last but not least, you guys are here to help, even with a simple conversation like
Absolutely.
planning a vacation. How can folks reach out to you for help?
I think the easiest way to touch base with us is on our website, burnsstateplanning.com. It's going to, let you introduce you to the firm, the staff, the advisors, but also we've got a lot of great links there, especially like things like this or our YouTube channel, where we go over questions like this so that when you do sit down with us on that first time, you come very prepared.
Yeah, great advice there, Chris. As always, thanks for stopping by the studio this month. You can find many more of our conversations with Chris on our website, fox10tv.com, as well as a link to Burns Estate Planning and Wealth Advisors. Chris, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Feeling like summer out there? Why not be down at the beach? This is Pensacola Beach that you're looking at right now. One thing you notice is everything's so blue, everything's so bright. A really, really nice view here of the beach and of the pier there. The rip current, the waves don't look bad out there, but there is a rip current risk today, and it's a medium risk. I've been keeping a close eye on all of our beaches, and I have seen some areas where the wave action's a little more. So pay attention to which beach you're going to. Read the signs as you're heading down there. Always the advice that we give you. Your forecast over the next 10 hours in Mobile shows temperatures getting up well into the 80s, but your feels like temperatures, which you do not see on this particular graph, actually go up into the 90s. Low 90s will be our feels like temperatures. Also notice the southerly wind here around 10 miles per hour. In Mobile, I don't think we have a significant rain chance today. Maybe a 5% chance of rain. Pensacola, maybe a 2% chance of rain, even lower chance here. 83 degrees here in the afternoon with feels like temperatures all the way up near 90 degrees because it is very humid, and you see that southerly wind around 10 miles per hour. If you have plans in Pensacola this evening, by 7 p.m., we're down at 79 degrees. Now, it's going to feel a little warmer than that, but not a bad temperature there. Here's the next 10 hours down at Gulf Shores. And if you are down at the beach, we want you to pay attention because we have that moderate risk of rip currents that we have been talking about. Temperatures here in the 80s, feels like temperatures just a little bit higher. That southeast wind at around 10 miles per hour, giving us enough wave action to churn up the surf. So again, moderate risk of rip currents. We keep talking about it. Here's the UV index for today. It is extreme, and it'll go down a little bit as we head to Thursday and Friday. That's because you're going to have a little more cloud cover around. There's going to be scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, and a higher number for Thursday and Friday, so something we'll keep an eye on there. Here's the rip current summary. Again, medium risk of life-threatening rip currents today, and that will continue over the next couple of days. Here's the beach forecast. If you have beach plans, here you go. Temperatures in the low 80s. Notice on Friday, the coverage of showers and thunderstorms gets a little higher, so you're going to want to pay attention to the radar and listen. If you hear thunder, you don't want to be on the beach because thunderstorms could be possible on the I-10 corridor by then. Surf again around 2 feet, 1 to 2 feet over the next few days. And as you're looking ahead into Memorial Day weekend, you see the Saturday and Sunday medium rip current risk there. That is a change from the previous forecast, upping it to a medium risk of rip currents. As you're heading down there, we encourage you just to be safe. Here are your forecast highs. It's not going to be bad weather to get down to the beach. It's going to be warm, very warm. Temperatures do pull back a little bit into the middle 80s, but with the muggy meter going way up into near pretty much the miserable category here with dew points in the 70s, your heat index values will be in the low 90s all the way through the forecast here and even into next week. It's going to be quite the warm, summery week. Here are your rain chances. The rain chances go up day by day, peaking this weekend around Saturday, then into next week as well. We can take a look at this in our Futurecast modeling. Here's Thursday afternoon, a decent coverage of showers and thunderstorms. Friday afternoon, even more coverage. And then Saturday, the biggest coverage there. So that's what we're doing in our 7-day outlook, ticking up those rain chances. It's not going to be widespread rain. Understand that if you have plans, you can get stuff done. But still, looking at that 7-day forecast, have an umbrella just in case as we head into this holiday weekend.
We're learning more about the American doctor who has tested positive for the latest strain of the Ebola virus. I'm Stephanie Bennett in London. The details coming up.
Welcome back. Anxious healthcare workers in the Congo say they are underprotected and undertrained in the face of a rapidly spreading outbreak of a rare type of the Ebola virus. This, as an American doctor helping care for patients during the most recent outbreak, has now tested positive for this new strain himself. Fox News correspondent Stephanie Bennett has more from London.
An American missionary doctor has been evacuated from the Democratic Republic of Congo after testing positive for Ebola. Dr. Peter Stafford, a father of 4, is now receiving specialized medical treatment in Germany. With Ebola, quick treatment is critical.
The whole aspect of treatment of Ebola is basically keeping people alive long enough for their body's own immune system to kick in.
A comprehensive investigation is currently taking place. The question of the duration of the treatment will then be decided based on the results of this investigation.
Stafford was working with Surge, an international Christian missions organization that has served during other Ebola outbreaks.
Often doctors and nurses suffer and die more often than people in the general community.
Stafford's wife, who is also a physician serving Ebola patients during this latest outbreak, and another doctor were potentially exposed. They remain asymptomatic and continue to follow established quarantine and monitoring protocols. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization continues to update and increase the number of suspected cases and deaths in this latest outbreak.
WHO assesses the risk of the epidemic as the high at the national and regional levels and low at the global level.
This strain of Ebola has no approved vaccines or treatments, but the head of Africa's Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says they are focusing on 3 experimental vaccines, one of which is being developed right here in the UK. In London, Stephanie Bennett, Fox News.
Coming up, Target reports the strongest sales gain in years. We have that story and more in your business headlines. Plus, could your zip code affect your brain health as you age? New research tracking older adults says the neighborhood you choose might help keep your mind sharper. The surprising places that seem to boost brain power coming up next. But first, Nick, a beautiful picture behind you. Would love to be at the beach.
Yes, this is a place that could get you right. This is the beach, and it's absolutely gorgeous out there today. 82 degrees right now, and east-southeast wind at 7 miles per hour from the Eastern Shore Toyota Camera Network. We're going to take a look at your forecast for Memorial Day weekend coming up.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Midday.
Welcome back. It's time now for our half-hour headlines today. Pensacola's new police chief is taking the oath of office today. Eric Winstrom, who has been leading the Pensacola Police Department since March 2nd. He came to Pensacola from Grand Rapids, Michigan, where he served as chief since 2022. He spent 21 years with the Chicago Police Department before that, rising to the rank of commander. And then Gulf Shores students are about to dig into local history, literally. The school district is breaking ground on what it calls a first of its kind Coastal Connections Archaeology Lab located behind Gulf Shores Middle School. The lab is part of the district's Coastal Connections program, which uses lessons and field trips to bring the history of the Gulf Coast to life for students. A contracted archaeologist will help teachers build lesson plans and even field trip opportunities across several subjects. The lab will be open to all Gulf Shores City School teachers and students and is expected to be ready by the start of the next school year. A really exciting initiative there. Finally, a Baldwin County teacher is waking up this morning as Alabama's best. Elizabeth Von Hoef, a special education teacher at Spanish Fort Elementary, was named Alabama's 2026 Teacher of the Year. State education leaders and Alpha Insurance surprised her with the honor and a brand new SUV she gets to drive free for 1 year, insurance included. Von Hoef made a big career change later in life, leaving healthcare management to go back to school and become a teacher. Von Hoef is now in the running for National Teacher of the Year. We are so proud of her. A big congratulations to her as well. In the meantime, retail earnings are coming in better than expected, and it's the last call for Schlitz beer. Fox's CJ Papa has those stories in today's Fox Business Briefs.
Target says its turnaround plan is working. Shoppers like its refreshed product assortment and improved customer service. It also introduced new products, store layouts, and its health department. Sales are up 5.6% in the recent quarter. Lowe's says its start to the year was solid. CEO Marvin Ellison says this spring it was seeing demand picking up for its professional business, appliances, online shopping, and home services. Lowe's earnings and revenue topped estimates. People are still eating and ordering from Cava, the Mediterranean casual dining chain. Its business increased in the recent quarter. CEO Brett Schulman says diners are looking for affordable options. And after a 177-year run, one of America's oldest beer brands is calling it quits. Schlitz Premium was once one of the nation's largest breweries, but it is now being put on hiatus. Its parent company, Pabst, saying in a statement, quote, "Unfortunately, we have seen continued increases in our cost to store and ship certain products, and have had to make the tough choice to place Schlitz Premium on hiatus." The brand became famous for its slogan, "The beer that made Milwaukee famous." CJ Papa, Fox News.
How about another view from the coast? This is looking towards Crab Island, Destin, Fort Walton Beach area. Wow, look at all the boats out there. My goodness, and this is just a lovely camera view. Look at the color of the water as well, the color of the sky. It's so quiet out there. It'd be a great time to be outside enjoying the beach conditions. By the way, reminder, once again, there is a medium risk of rip currents out there today that'll last through Memorial Day weekend. That is going to be a happening place as we head into this weekend. Let's talk about radar real quick. It's quiet across the region right now, but we're going to keep an eye on areas like here, right along I-59. You see those few showers that are starting to develop. Now, a lot of the active weather is going to be off to our west today, but we could see a couple of showers developing in our inland spots, Highway 84 corridor, essentially, by this afternoon and this evening. So something we'll keep an eye on here. Looking over to New Orleans, 83 degrees right now. You can see the scattered showers that are happening there. A ridge of high pressure is in place locally, keeping any development pretty much suppressed. If we were to see any other showers, you can see some happening here across northwest Florida, here in the Panhandle. So near Panama City, there could be a couple extra showers or thunderstorms this afternoon. Here's the latest update on the flash flood potential for today. Notice our area gets clipped by this, a low-end marginal risk for some flash flooding. The higher risk is off to our west, where they could see some heavy downpours that would cause some localized street flooding. Eventually, as we get to maybe this weekend or early next week, we might start to get into some of the stuff where we have some really heavy downpours that could dump some very decent rain, but that is off to our west today. It's not our deal. Here's our rainfall forecast over the next 7 days with a European forecast model. And if you've been watching, these numbers have come up recently. And you notice they're also starting to spread a little bit more to the east here. Around 2.5 inches in Mobile over the next 7 days, according to the forecast model. Around 1.5 in Pensacola. And it looks like in the long range forecast, I've been looking at it beyond Memorial Day, pretty much each and every day. It looks like we have a chance for scattered rain showers in the afternoon, really settling into a wetter summer pattern. Here's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see a couple scattered showers cannot be ruled out. This is a European forecast model. It's a global model. So essentially what I'm looking for is the amount of green that I see. The amount of green is higher, then we'll call for a higher coverage of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Here's 3 p.m. on Thursday, and slightly higher coverage than on Wednesday. Then for Friday, slightly higher coverage than on Thursday, and I think you see how the pattern goes here. A nice southerly wind keeping us humid. This is Saturday. Saturday, pretty much widespread showers and thunderstorms. We'll keep an eye on the coast if you have beach plans Saturday or Sunday. Not bad. It's not going to rain the entire time. It may not rain at all down at the beach, but what you're going to want to do is be aware of your surroundings, because if a thunderstorm does pop up near you, you're going to want to take action to get inside. On Sunday, there's been a strong trend in the models that keeps a lot of the action west of Interstate 65, so something we'll keep an eye on. That's why I bumped the rain chance down just a little bit for Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, it's just going to be more of the same with numerous showers and thunderstorms around each and every afternoon. Here's where it looks like outside right now. No thunderstorms to worry about. 82 degrees at D'Iberville. Here's Orange Beach, also looking good. 84 degrees, feeling like 91. And in Daphne, 82 degrees, feeling like 86 degrees. So a warm one. Couple showers inland today, but the bigger rain chances come later this week.
Good to know, Nick. Thank you. This week on Entrepreneurial Shades of Gray, we're talking about something most business owners don't think about until it's too late. That's cybersecurity. We sit down with Dave Nelson of Cyclone 365 to talk about the hidden risk businesses face every day, from phishing scams to ransomware attacks, and why small businesses are often more vulnerable than people realize. The episode dropped just this morning, and you can listen to it on fox10tv.com under the podcast tab, the Fox 10 News YouTube channel, the Fox 10 Gulfstream app, or on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Well, more mosquitoes than usual have prompted an early start to vector spraying in our area. Health officials will be out on 50 routes this week. Morning anchor Sarah Wall is taking a look at the routes, the numbers when it comes to mosquitoes, and reports of illnesses detected. Also, what you need to know to keep you and your family safe this year. In Depth with Sarah Wall, Mosquito Safety is available now on the Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app and, as always, on our Fox 10 Facebook page. Getting older isn't easy, but analysts say certain types of neighborhoods could be encouraging sharper minds among aging adults. Fox News' Gary Baumgarten takes a closer look.
There's usually many factors people consider before deciding where to live, and as we age, research from sociology experts at Purdue University reveals the locations we settle down in could have impacts on our brain health.
Neighborhoods are important to how people live their life. Active learning. People could say, well, I get cognitive stimulation by watching TV. True, but that's a passive type of learning. When you get a neighborhood that values dramatic events, those are valuable for cognition in later life.
Meanwhile, these types of neighborhoods can also promote strong social connections, which are just as important.
We observe and we learn from neighbors because they share recipes and books that they've read or lectures that they've attended, and they influence us.
Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
11:41, and we have a Fox 10 safety alert for you this morning. Few sunscreens on store shelves are both safe and effective, according to an annual report by the Environmental Working Group. Listen to this. EWG's report, released Tuesday, analyzed nearly 3,000 products and found only 550, about 20%, actually deliver safe and effective protection. And most of those are mineral-based. EWG does not recommend sprays or powders due to inhalation risk and cautions marketing claims like waterproof are banned by the federal government. Something to keep in mind there as we enter springtime and summer. Thanks for making Fox 10 Midday a part of your Wednesday morning. Still to come, Samsung releasing new smart glasses this fall. We'll show those to you. Plus, Google search is getting a new look and new AI powers. From more conversational questions to agents that work in the background for you, we'll break down the changes in today's Midday Talkers. Welcome back into Fox 10 Midday. Smart glasses may be finally starting to hit a groove, and Samsung and Google want in.
The companies are launching a new line of headsets with fashion partners Gentle Monster and Warby Parker.
That follows what Meta did, partnering with Ray-Ban for its smart glasses, which are market leaders in the space.
Samsung's still nameless eyewear will be powered by Google's Gemini AI.
Yeah, the glasses won't have a screen, but are instead meant to use their onboard camera and speakers to connect with your phone.
Samsung says its glasses can do things like offer shopping suggestions and give you real-time audio translations for text.
Okay, the new intelligent eyewear is slated to launch in select markets this fall, so be on the lookout for these. We were talking about this, I think, yesterday. I like the design of these glasses because you said that other smart glasses to you look kind of gaudy.
Yes, it's visible that they're smart glasses because they have the camera lens. Those are closer.
There's a lot going on.
The Warby Parkers are good. I like those. That's a little bit better
Would
masked.
you wear those?
But no, that's not a style that I could. That's not a style I could wear there. You don't want to see that.
You could rock it.
But would you how would you use these?
I don't know. They said they have audio translations as well for different languages. Is that part of it?
I would just have to find myself in a really convenient situation to use
It would have
them.
to be a very specific
I
situation.
have my phone.
I feel like I would not be driving around Mobile County with these things on. I mean, maybe. Who knows? Something to try there. Technology is always changing. Google wants to keep its edge in the internet space. It once completely dominated search.
Yeah, the company unveiled new AI-powered features for its search engine. That's yesterday.
Okay, it comes as chatbots from OpenAI and Anthropic are eroding its share of the category.
Among the biggest changes are users will be able to create agents in Google search that work on their own over time.
Okay, the example Google cited was agents could be used to keep users aware of new announcements from their favorite brands or athletes.
Users will also notice an expanded search bar that enables them to type more conversational queries.
Google is planning to spend up to $190 billion this year on artificial intelligence alone. That's a lot of money. No surprises there.
Do you know what an AI agent is?
Yeah. It's basically an assistant.
Yes.
So it helps streamline the process if you're looking something up. It kind of narrows down all of your information into more of a simple way. Yeah.
The ability to enable those to do like automated tasks and search for that's game changing.
It is a game changer. It consolidates a lot of information sometimes into a lot less. So we'll take it. Need to try that out today. Need to check out the new feature there. Batman is starring in a new video game out now, but not just any Batman. Lego Batman. Rick Damigella reports.
Would you mind if I borrowed these?
The way I see it, all this stuff is yours anyway.
It's the definitive Batman story. It weaves together 80 years of iconic moments and will put you in the shoes of the Dark Knight, from young Bruce Wayne to the ultimate triumph as the hero and savior of Gotham City.
He thinks he works alone, but there's always someone there by his side.
Meow. You always play as Batman. That's the focus of this story. But you also always have an ally with you, and you can switch between them. And then as you grow through the story, so you have more and more different allies.
Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
I know a lot of Lego lovers that will probably be excited for that.
A lot of Batman lovers too.
I love it.
All right, look outside right now at 11:50. This is a look at Dauphin Island from the Dauphin Island Sea Lab. Very nice time to be outside. It's a little warm, a little muggy though. We're gonna have one last check of your forecast as we head into Memorial Day weekend. That's coming up.
All eyes were on the skies for photographers worldwide who submitted a record number of entries to an annual photography competition centered on highlighting the wonders of the Milky Way galaxy. Jeremy Roth reveals the cream of the crop in today's Take a Look at This.
Take a look at the best of otherworldly images showcasing the breathtaking beauty of our own gargantuan galaxy. Capping off its 9th year, the 2026 Milky Way Photographer of the Year contest, hosted by travel photography blog Capture the Atlas, saw some 6,500 submissions, the most in the contest's history. Curator Dan Zaffro whittled the field down to 25 winning images. All were taken under dark skies, far from light pollution, in various corners of the world, like Spain, where the spectacular Geminids meteor shower took center stage with a galactic backdrop, or this one from Italy titled Garden of the Stars, showcasing glowing stars above and twinkling fireflies below, or this magical view of a wizard-like figure posed atop a rocky outcropping in New Zealand, where the Lord of the Rings movies were famously filmed. The stunning shot is aptly named Galactic Gandalf. The full Out of This World Winners Showcase in all its gargantuan galactic glory can be viewed online at CaptureTheAtlas.com. And from an infinite interstellar expanse to a teeny tiny tight one. That's what police and fire officials had to rescue a man in California from after they say he was trapped inside a wall for almost half a day. The Salinas Police Department reports 2 officers were getting coffee when they heard cries for help and knocking sounds. Fire officials responded and broke into a wall separating the coffee shop and a movie theater, breaking out a man they estimate had been in there for for roughly 10 hours. Salinas PD says after being medically evaluated, the freed man was booked on burglary charges. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Okay, not good if you have claustrophobia like me.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
Yeah.
Stuck in a
Biggest
wall?
nightmare.
All
Crazy.
right, let's talk about the forecast. This is way more not claustrophobic. This is, well, it's a little oppressive in the humidity department.
For me.
Let's take a look at it here. So 82 degrees right now. That's right now temperature in Mobile. It's 84 in Pensacola. That is crazy. 87 in Navarre, 87 Crestview, 89 Milton. Some of those numbers are really high. For the next few days, I think some of the hottest readings, our temperatures will come across northwest Florida. That's where kind of the heat bubble will be. There'll be more coverage of showers and thunderstorms north and west, especially north and west of Interstate 65 over the next couple of days. So that'll be something to keep in mind. For today, looks like our rain coverage will be mainly in our inland counties, Washington, Clark, Monroe, Conecuh, even Escambia County in Alabama, in that there. 89 in Mobile this afternoon, 86 in Pensacola with the feels like temperature in the low 90s. Maybe some middle 90s on the board there. Let's take a look at that Futurecast and see how this looks. So if you have afternoon plans and you're in a place like Jackson or Leroy or Coffeyville, you're going to want to keep an eye on the radar because you could see a rain shower. That could be very, very possible there. We'll keep the rain chance in Mobile around like 10%, but the rain chance in, say, Jackson or Grove Hill or Monroeville is around 40 to 50%, so a little higher there. And looking off to our west, it does look like that's where the action is, and that's where the action is going to be over the next few days. However, eventually that rain, it's off to our west, starts to migrate closer to us, and that's why we have the rain chances going up each and every day. This weekend, we're going to have those scattered showers and thunderstorms around. Moderate risk of rip currents at the beach.
Okay, good to know. Great reminder there. We will see you on Fox 10 Live at 3. I will be out in the field, so we have a special event that we are covering today. Be sure to stay tuned 3 hours from now. Happy Wednesday.